Welcome back everybody to another All Things Nerd video. Today we are kicking off our Deaths of Chromie in the Legion expansion. We're going to be going through the series and we're going to be breaking outside the map, which I already have done. Today we're going to be starting that series and we're going to be starting in the Hyjal map. And if you notice, I'm actually using the new lean gesture that, or lean emote, whatever you want to put, that Blizzard has put inside the game, so it's pretty cool. You can just lean back. I'm here with my friend Chromie, and we are actually have broken out the map in Hyjal, and we're gonna go take a look around Ashenvale, some of Felwood, maybe even into some of the Stone Talon Mountains. And yeah, we're gonna go take a look around and see what they keep. But yeah, guys, we're gonna be kicking off our series on all the different maps and what they actually keep outside of, out of bounds in these maps, if they keep anything fun. So far it's been super easy to get outside the maps. You just place pillows down, you go past the barrier, and it's that simple. There's really not too much when it comes to breaking outside these maps, so they have kept it pretty simple to do it. And let's go take a look around and get started. Now, one thing I want to point out right away is inside the Depths of Chromie, everything is under one roof. So the Hyjal map, the burning of Anderhall, everything's under all one roof. As you can see in the distance with my Stinky Bright Potion. Actually, I don't even have a Stinky Bright Potion on. If I turn that on, you can get silhouettes of the mountains in the distance here. And those are actually the other maps that you can go visit. So let's take a look here and let's go take a look around our first visit here in the Depths of Chromie. I just recently obtained this mount from my mythic run inside of Nyalotha, where I killed N'Zoth, and it dropped the first time I did mythic, so I was pretty happy to get this mount on my first try. So I think it's a really cool mount, and I didn't expect it to drop. I was hoping it would, and those drops are kind of rare, so I was pretty happy to see that drop. All right, let's go take a look into Ashenvale and see what they exactly keep. Now, we have already broken outside the map, like I had said before. As you can see, we are completely off the map in the Depths of Chromie. Obviously, we start here in Wormwest Temple, and then we head to the Hyjal part, and we're actually on this side over here, but we can break out the map and go explore. Now, I'll be honest with you, they don't keep a lot of Hyjal. They keep more of Felwood and pretty much all of Ashenvale's down here. Some of Felwood's in here, and a little bit of Stone Talon map, just like a corner of it is in here. But I can understand why, just because when you're doing this scenario here, you're doing this part and you're over here on the mountain, you can see straight off the mountain. So they had to put something down here to kind of cover up that whole out of bounds scenario. As we stroll our way through here, or float our way through here, I guess you could say, on our magical jellyfish, you keep most of all of Ashenvale here, and a lot of the props and like the machinery and everything is here from retail Ashenvale, which is really cool. And if we actually head over here, we can see some interesting scenes going on. They do keep the prop here. They also keep all of like the stations, and I'm actually pretty shocked that Blizzard kept a lot of this out of here. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to put my mount on key 5 because I keep having to bring up my HUD and then unfreezing my mount. Now, one thing I love about this, getting out of bounds, is as an Alliance player, I normally can't get into the Horde. I mean, you can get into the Horde stuff, but I get all the guards and stuff attacking me. So it's really nice to be able to, go into here freely without the alarm sounding off. This camp is under attack. So it's nice to freely explore in here without, all the guards trying to kill you and hunt you down. Now let's go take a look here. Now they do keep this whole scene. Now normally that giant elemental guy is hanging out on top of the mountain there. Oh, we fell down. Now, something really cool. For those of you that are new to out of bounds exploration, I've explained this in the past. Normally water is deloaded in out of bounds. So that makes it really nice to go into rivers and stuff. You don't have to worry about it. They do keep a lot of the particle effects out here with like the bubbling and all that. As you can see, a lot of that's all here. There's nothing there though. And this is supposed to be all lava. But because we're out of bounds, everything's deloaded. so we actually don't get hurt, which is really nice. Now, like I said before, most of all of Ashenvale is here, so you can explore like the whole thing out here, which I thought was really neat. But also at the same time, I thought like such a waste of space. I'm really glad that Blizzard keeps stuff out here. I know that as the newer expansions have continued on, they don't keep as much anymore outside the maps just because they've limited down of how much they're actually keeping out of bounds now. And they've really tightened down on what you can explore. A lot of times now when you get out of bounds, they will either teleport you back to where you're supposed to be and then kill you, or you'll just drop dead the moment you get out of bounds. So there is ways around death walls. It just makes it a lot more frustrating to do so. Chromie is going to come along with us everywhere we go. And I'm trying to give you guys all like the best view I can of Ashenvale as we go along here and what they keep and what they don't keep. Now, I've had some critics on my videos, and a lot of people have basically said that I talk too much. I do agree. I do talk a lot, but that's part of my adventure with y'all, is giving commentary as I go along and point out stuff that I see. So I'm going to try to mix it up where I will stop talking at certain times in the video, where I'll give you all kind of a quiet ambience going through the forest. That doesn't work well because I got the little chain thing popping up. But I'll have moments here and there where I'm more quiet than others. All right, let's go ahead in this way through the spooky forbidden woods here. Lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. Lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. Waiting for these trees to come alive and throw an apple at us. All right, I think we're actually heading into Felwood now. All right, we finally made it into Felwood. And I gotta say, I'm gonna mix it up on the mount a little bit here. I missed the striped lightsaber. I think this is some of the best mounts in the game. I remember when I was a kid, getting my first mount in this game was like a huge accomplishment. For those of you who are old school WoW players, you remember how long it took you to farm up the gold to get your first mount. And I mean, just getting a 60% increase in movement speed was huge, right? I remember getting my first flying mount back in Wrath. That was big too. Now, as we keep exploring through Felwood, most of all the camps are loaded in for the most part. And it's crazy to me how much they actually keep in here. Which I was kind of surprised that they would keep all of, pretty much all of Felwood and all of Ashenvale here. Let's actually go run to the very end. So there looks like the ending there over that way. All right, let's go up the path here. And everything is deloaded like I had said before. For the most part, all the goo and stuff like that inside the water. Now here goes back so we found the edge of the map. So we basically went through all of Ashenvale and Felwood, and you can see another Chromie time area over that way. I don't know what that exactly is. I wish I could tell by the silhouettes in the mountains. Now the waterfall effects do stay, which I thought was pretty fun. So that's it, guys. I mean, that's really what's inside of Ashenvale and Felwood outside of Chromie time. Breaking out, it doesn't kill you or nothing, so feel free to explore. One thing you guys may have noticed is that I am not currently bound by time on Chromie time, and that is a glitch, and I will be showing you sometime in the future. I'm not ready to reveal it yet, but I have basically been able to make it so that I'm not on a time limit, no pun intended, in the depths of Chromie. So I will be showing everybody how to do that coming up, so don't worry. And you can explore out here to your heart's content. One thing I do recommend when doing out of bounds exploration are these 3 pillows from Dragonflight, and also Stinky Bright Potion, just because it clears up the Fog of War. Sometimes when you get out of bounds, Blizzard likes to put Fog of War in your way so that you're not able to see any farther what they don't want you to see out of bounds. And that's a lot in the older maps, not really in the newer maps at all. I haven't really found Fog of War at all. So just put on a Stinky Bright Potion, that will clear the Fog of War up easily. As it's just the retail version of it, but with obviously all the water and everything completely deloaded. So it's really nice to have like the bridges and all that fun stuff that they normally would keep in the retail version of the map. And we're coming up to a horde camp here, which is nice because we can go in here as there's nobody in here to guard the place. All right, as we come to an end here, we're going to be making our way into Azshara, and they do keep a corner of like the Stone Ridge Mountains over there in the distance. So, or the Barrens, I don't know what that is exactly. But we're going to go across the bridge into Azshara here. And as you can tell, it is massive what they keep out here for the Chromie Time event. And here goes the edge of the world again. So we have officially basically went through all of Ashenvale. We did most of Felwood, and we've come into Azshara here. And I think some of the corner map over here is part of either the Barrens or Stone Talon Mountain, excuse me. But I think that might be the Barrens actually. So we can actually see if we can make our way up there and go take a look. All right, everyone. Well, that is going to conclude our Hyjal map for the depths of Chromie. I have more maps to come, and it's pretty crazy to me how much they actually keep outside the maps. These like full places to explore. I didn't show you any of the on top of the mountain of Hyjal. There's really nothing out there. Nothing too special to see. There's just little bits and pieces, but nothing like this where it's all downhill and you can see all of Ashenvale, Felwood, some of Azshara, and even going to the Barrens or, you know, Stone Town Mountains here, which is pretty crazy to me. But anyways, everyone, I just want to say thank you for joining me on this adventure. Look out, I got some more Depths of Chromie videos coming your way, so stay tuned.